Hi guys, today I was going to talk about runny nose and a herb called Cang Er Zi. And this is a herb in Chinese medicine that is used especially to treat runny noses and opening up the nasal passages. And there can be a lot of different reasons for runny nose. I would say, at least in Houston, probably one of the most common reasons is what we call allergic rhinitis in Western medicine. But in Chinese medicine, that's not exactly the case. And I think actually in Chinese medicine, a lot of the cases that we are attributing to allergies in Western medicine is an entire different category. And I think in Houston, especially, it's probably a lot more related to weakening of the yang energy. And the yang energy can be weak in people for a number of different reasons. Part of it is probably related to the fact that we live in a much more artificially cooled environment with air conditioning and a lot of fans and stuff like that. And what this does is it creates cold or wind in the body that naturally wouldn't be there. And that is probably a big extent of what's happening, at least in Houston, with a lot of people who have what they think is allergies, or what they really have is just runny nose happening frequently. And it's probably related to weakening of the yang energy. Now, that is, I think, a majority of it, but there's probably a significant component of it, which is what we would call typically like what you would have in flu season, where you have, or in a viral illness, where you get a runny nose, you have headaches, you have a lot of nasal discharge, you have obstructed nasal passages, and that tends to be a little bit more self-limited. You have it for a few days and then it goes away, it gets better. You might have it for a week or two even. And it's not necessarily an everyday occurrence that happens for you for months and years. And in that type of a runny nose, one of the herbs that we have in Chinese medicine called Cang Er Zi is often used for, and that's a common indication for it. And what this herb does is it helps. It's a herb that opens up the body, and it opens up the passages. It opens up the nasal passages. It can also open up the channels throughout the body. And specifically for the nasal passages, it helps to disperse wind and also dampness. And those are two pathogens in Chinese medicine. And it is associated with what we call like a viral upper respiratory illness in Western medicine. And so this is an herb, it's a warm herb. It can actually be toxic if you take too much of it. So you don't want to just do this on your own at home. But you do need to see somebody who knows about Chinese medicine thoroughly and is familiar with herbs. And this might be something that can help you in that sort of an illness. Now, it's probably less beneficial if you are more of a long-term allergy person or a long-term allergic rhinitis or runny nose. That might be something else, like I talked about. That could be more related to um, just a weakened yang or cold in your body, wind that has been ensnared in your body over time. And that has a whole different treatment diagnosis. But this is one thing to consider if you do get sick. And it's a good treatment option. It does have to be prescribed carefully and in conjunction with your other body constitution. So just a quick one for today, runny nose and the herb Cang Er Zi. All right, we'll see you next time.